Hello everybody, it's Lynn from I Do Makeup Ireland, and today we are doing a Megan Fox look on the beautiful Miriam. The look is like a soft sultry look with defined cheekbones and lovely big sculpted brows. So I'm going to start off by using an Illamasqua primer. And I'm using a matte primer because the foundation that we're using is Illamasqua's Skin Base, which is a satin foundation, so the two of them balance each other out really well. So I'm literally just going to push the primer into the skin. So I'm going to use N5 face and body on the neck and on the chest, and then I'm going to match the face up to the N5 face and body. Okay, so that's face and body from MAC, 120 mils, and it's a lovely light foundation. It's great just to tan up your skin or your arms really quickly without using an actual false tan. So I'm going to pop a little bit on my hand and apply it then with a Sigma stippling brush F15. So that's Miriam all painted up, N5 face and body on the neck and on the arms. So we're going to match up the face, and I'm going to use Illamasqua Skin Base Foundation in SB11. The Skin Base Foundation is kind of medium to full coverage, probably more so full coverage. And it has a lovely natural glow to it, which I love, but it does have good coverage. It's hard to get a foundation that has a beautiful glow and good coverage, and I think that Illamasqua Skin Base really nails it. And I'm going to apply the foundation with a Sigma brush, and the number is F40. Literally just going to buff it onto the skin in circular motions. Make sure that you buff it right into the ear and under the chin so everything matches. So that's the foundation on. As I said, it's really good coverage, so we don't actually need any cream concealer for blemishes or anything because Miriam's skin happens to be really good anyway. So I'm going to pop a little bit of concealer underneath Miriam's eyes and onto her lid, and the concealer of choice is Moisture Cover by MAC in NW20. Literally just right underneath the lash line. So Miriam, if you look up for me. The brush that I'm using is a concealer brush from Sigma, or by Sigma should I say, and the number is F65. Don't you guys? It's a large concealer brush, and it would be good for applying foundation as well because it is quite a big brush. So I'm going to pop on Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and the colour that I'm using is medium dark. Literally just going to push that into the skin, into the cheeks, onto the nose, right onto the chin. Okay, so I'm going to pop on some bronzer with the same brush, and this brush is another Sigma brush, the number of which is F25, and as you can see it comes to a lovely point, so it's really good for sculpting the face. Today I'm going to use Sleek Makeup, which is lovely and it's cheap and it's cheerful, and I'm going to use the bronzer that comes with it, which is this kind of taupey brown, and the palette itself is called Light 373. So with our Sigma brush, I'm going to start sculpting from the centre of the ear right along the natural cheekbone line. So Miriam has lovely cheekbones, so it's really easy to see where you should be putting your bronzer. Sleek do amazing bronzers, they do amazing eyeshadows, the pigments are really lovely. The thing I like about this bronzer is that there's no red through it, so it gives a lovely dull bronze tone and it looks realistic as opposed to shimmery and fake. So I'm going to get Miriam to turn her wee face a little bit to the side so we can see that lovely line. I'm also going to do a bit of bronzing just underneath the jawbone too. Megan does like her bronzer. So do I. Fab. So literally the same on the other side. So once we have the bronzer on, I'm also going to use the highlighter that's in the Sleek palette, which is the centre one. And I'm going to use a Sigma brush in F35, which also comes to a point. It's a very small, lovely wee brush. And I'm literally going to pop the highlighter onto the highest planes of the cheek. So in turn we're bringing out the bronzer that we've just applied. I'm not going to pop too much on because I do want this to be supple. Very important to always go in circular motions so you're blending your highlighter into your bronzer. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to pop it underneath the brow bone as well. And literally the same on the other side. Now I'm going to use the same bronzer and slightly bring it down the corners of Miriam's nose, just to sculpt the nose a tiny bit as well. And again, because this is a muddy brown, there's no red in it, it can be used for contouring in general. You might hear my crazy Shih Tzu in the background. Apologies for that. And then we can just finish off the contouring at the tip of the nose. The whole idea is to keep it lovely and soft so that you can't actually see it. But it is there. Okie dokie. So next thing is eyebrows. Megan Fox does have really defined eyebrows, so I'm going to use a mixture of lingering pencil and stud pencil by MAC. I'm going to use lingering first just to get our general shape, and then I'm going to define further with the stud pencil from MAC. So I'm going to do a zoom up on this so you can see it happen. So I'm going to start off with lingering pencil and get my initial shape. Tilt your head slightly. So starting off at the base of the brow. My pencil just broke, so I'm going to start that again. So starting off at the base of the brow, we're going to get our strength and get our shape. I'll probably end up using a tiny bit of eyeshadow at the end as well, just to sweep through the brows to make them even more natural looking. This particular visual, Megan's eyebrows are really strong, but they're not overpowering either, they're just really sculpted. I love the MAC eyebrow pencils because they really stick to the skin. Some pencils are too waxy and you don't get a good shape or colour payoff with them, whereas these MAC pencils are just lifesavers, they're amazing. So I'm going to add an extra bit of length onto the side of Miriam's brows as well. So I'm happy with that shape, and I'm going to just do exactly the same on the other side. So we have our lingering pencil on, and now I'm going to use stud pencil, also by MAC, right underneath the brows just to give that extra bit of warmth and definition. Just working with the shape that we've created with the lingering and going through any wee gaps that you haven't gone into yet. And just turn the face like this. Cool. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So that's the eyebrows finished, and now I'm going to pop on a little bit of a brown eyeshadow through the brows just to really set the pencil and to make the eyebrows look much more natural. So I'm going to pop Espresso eyeshadow from MAC right through the brows just with an angle brush, just to make the eyebrow look a little bit more natural. So with an angle brush I'm just working with the hair growth itself. Most eyebrow pencils have wax through them, which makes the pencil stick to the skin, so by going over it with a powder it just actually mats down the waxiness of the eyebrow pencil, so in turn it will look more realistic. Fab. Okay, so we're going to go right on to the eyes, and I am going to use Painterly Paint Pot from MAC just to cover the entire lid itself and make it into a lovely blank canvas. And I'm going to use a MAC 217 brush to pop that on. So Painterly, as you can see, is just a beige tone. So if you close your eyes, Miriam, and tilt your head back, literally just popping it all over the lid. It just acts like an adhesive and keeps the eyeshadows that we're going to pop on for longer, stops it from creasing, basically prepares the eyes for eyeshadow. Okay, so today we're not going to use as many MAC eyeshadows as I normally do. I'm actually going to work from an e.l.f. palette, and the palette is called Encyclopedia. It was sent to me by e.l.f. and it's a really, really good palette. The colours, the pigments with e.l.f. are amazing as well. It's like inkblock colours. The pigments are really good. The same applies to Sleek as well, so you can get really good eyeshadows with a cheaper brand. I'm going to work with this colour here from the palette. They don't have names, which is kind of frustrating, so I can't tell you what the name is. But if you wanted to buy the equivalent in MAC, it would be something like Patina. It's just a grey gold. I'm going to pop a small amount on my brush and literally press it onto the lid area. Get Miriam to keep her eyes closed, and I'm literally pushing the product onto the lid. If you brush it on, it'll go all over the face. So pushing is a better option. It has a lovely sheen as well, this particular colour, so it will keep the eyes nice and open. So I'm going to blend around Miriam's eye with a colour called Omega, which is a taupey grey right up here, with Miriam's eyes open, looking straight ahead, just so I can see exactly where I want to put my blending colour. This is a smoky eye, but it's a soft smoky eye. At the very end I'll probably use like a lovely orangey brown just to blend all around the eye again, just to enhance the bluey green that Miriam has in her eyes. So for me, whenever I'm doing a smoky eye, it's really important that my client looks straight ahead, just so I can see where exactly I want to apply the product. I'm going to use the same colour right underneath the eye, and I'm going to apply that colour. I'm going to use an E45 Sigma brush and pop some Omega onto this brush and sweep it on underneath the lower lash line. So if you look all the way up for me. We're going to use quite a definite black liner with this look as well, because I think it's completely defined with the eyeliner. It is so soft that you need something a bit more definite just to add a bit more drama to it. So Megan, like Angelina Jolie, would be very fond of their black eyeliner to bring out the cat shape in their eyes.